Welcome you all. Today we will going to explore the family Papaveraceae or poppy family. Now moving forward to its systematic position. As we all know that the Bentham classified the dicotyledonine into three subclasses, that is polypetally, gamopetally and monoclinidae, and the polypetally is further categorized into the series Thalmiflorae, Deciflorae and Calciflorae. Earlier we have explored the family that belong to the Ranaeus, that is Ranunculaceae family. Today we will going to explore the families that belong to the Parietal, that is Papaveraceae. Now moving toward the systematic position of Papaveraceae, as we have earlier discussed that Bentham placed this family in dicotyledonine subclass polypetally and the series is Thalmiflorae and the order that is Parietals. While Engler and Prandtl placed this family also in dicotyledonine subclass Archiclamidae, while the order is Rhodales. Now moving toward the distribution of this particular family, Papaveraceae family is diverse. Papaveraceae family is diverse. Papaveraceae family is widely distributed in world with around 50 genera and 830 species, thrive primarily in temperate region. These species exhibit remarkable diversity, especially in northern hemisphere, where they occupy various habitats. Then they also present in southern Africa or eastern Australia, shows their adaptability. Now moving towards the vegetative characteristic of this particular family. The habit of this particular family is generally annually or perennial shrub, with notable exceptions belong to the shrubs like Dendromedon and the rare tree like Begonia. And these plants also exhibit latex that can vary in color from white to yellowish. Then these plants generally have a taproot systems and stems, as we can see here, are erect, herbaceous and branch type and cylindrical, but it woody in case of Begonia because of its tree habit. Now moving toward the next vegetative character, that is the leaf. Leaves is generally radical and simple with alternate phyllotaxy and exstipulate, but sometimes they have a dissected leaf, as in case of Chelidonium, entire in case of Dendromecon or spinose in case of Argemone. These are the some variations in the leaf morphology. Then now moving toward the flower characteristics of this particular family Ranunculaceae. The first, that is the inflorescence. Inflorescence in this group can vary widely, with examples like solitary terminal flowers in case of Papaver, while other plants exhibit racemes or panicle as in case of Begonia, or maybe they have a different adaptations. While flowers of this particular families are ebracteate and pedicellate, showcasing an actinomorphic symmetry, and they are also complete in nature, with significantly their floral parts are appearing in di or trimerous forms, and generally they are hypogynous, although they are rarely instances of perigyny as in case of Eschscholzia. Now moving towards the next floral parts of this particular family, that is the calyx. Calyx is represented by either 2 to 3 sepals, and all of them are polysepalous and caducous in nature. That means they will be shed before at early maturity of the flowers. Now corolla, generally number of corollas are in the double of the numbers of petals, like they may be arranged in 2 valves or 2 plus 2. If there is a presence of 3 calyx, then maybe there will be 3 plus 3. So the petals often appear rolled or crumpled when they are in the bud form, and generally they all are polypetalous in condition and they are brightly colored. As we can see, this is the species that is called as Maggio prickly poppy or botanically Argemone corymbos. We can see here the crumpled petals. Now moving toward the next floral feature, that is the androecium. The androecium number is varies in this particular family from 4 to indefinite. They all are polyandrous and filament is slender, anthers are dithecous and ectrose. Now, the female reproductive part of this family, that is gynoecium, is typically features multiples syncarpus carpels. Now, moving forward to the gynoecium, it is typically features multiple syncarpus carpels. Now, moving forward toward the gynoecium, which is made up of multiple syncarpus carpels with the superior ovary, which may appear slightly perigynous in species like in Scalgia. The ovary is unilocular with parietal presentation containing numerous ovules and a sessile stigma that persists, creating a crown in the fruit. And the fruit is a capsule which can dehisce either by valves or pores through a nut in a rare occurrence. This is the characteristic of the family Papaveraceae or opium family. Now, moving towards the, here in this image you can see there is a multiple number of androecium as well as syncarpus gynoecium with made up of many ovaries, and this is the fruit of the family opium poppy, which is a capsule, and this is the opium poppy plant. Here this is the floral formula of the family Papaveraceae, that represented by its actinomorphic symmetry, bisexual flower. The calyx number may vary from 2 to 3. Then corolla, they are arranged in 2 whorls and their number is 2 plus 2 or 3 plus 3. Then androecium and gynoecium, androecium may be 4 to generally infinite in number, and gynoecium may be vary from 2 to many in numbers with superior conditions. Now, moving toward the diagnostic features of this particular family, as we have seen that the generally the herbaceous nature and the milky or colored sap are the key characteristics of this particular family. Then the presence of caducous sepals and crumpled petals in bud highlight the unique adaptation in flower morphology. Then furthermore, the numerous stamens that arranged in a several whorls suggest an, then the ovary is superior with unilocular and the fruit is capsule. This flower showing the crumpled corolla, then the infinite numbers of stamens. These are the characteristics of this particular family Papaveraceae. Now, moving toward the some economically important plants of this particular family. The some notable examples like Argemone mexicana or Papaveraceae somniferum exhibit these traits, making them fascinating subject of study. In addition to their morphological traits, plants have various ecological and medicinal uses. This slide showing the examples of particularly family Ranunculaceae, that is Argemone mexicana, Scalgia, Meconopis, Papaveraceae, Papaveraceae or Papaveraceae somnifera and Romania cauleri. These are some notable examples of the family Papaveraceae. Now, moving toward the common plant which is occurring in widely in India, that is the Argemone mexicana, which is commonly called as. Now, moving towards the most common plant which is occurring in the wildly in India, that is the Argemone mexicana, that commonly called as the Pilicatili because of its spines on the all over the plant body, and it is in English called as the prickly poppy. So, these are the some vernacular names of this particular plants. This is a common weed in the roadside or many regions of the India, which is growing in as a weed. Now, this is the representing the, this is the figure of a Argemone mexicana representing that the plants are showing the key characteristics of families like alternate arrangement of leaves, and the particularly Argemone mexicana which has the spines in all over its surface, like as shown in this figure. Leaves also have a spines, then stems also have a spine, its androecium and stamens, all the plant body has a spines. Here you can see the floral formula of the Argemone mexicana, which is showing there is a presence of 3 calyx, number of corolla is 6 which are arranged in 2 whorls, then there is a infinite numbers of stamens, and there is a multicarpellary syncarpus ovary with parietal placentation. So, these are the characters of Argemone mexicana, which is commonly present as a weed in India. Now, comes to the economic importance of the family Papaveraceae. As we have already seen that the Argemone mexicana is a notable wild herb often found along the roadside and characterized by its yellow flowers and prickly texture, which serve as a reminder of adaptability and resilience in the various environment. This species, while often overlooked, and play a role in ecosystem and local biodiversity. Moving on to the Papaver somniferum, it is a crucial to emphasize its value as its primary source of opium, known for producing derivatives such as morphine, heroin and codeine. The economic implications of the species are immense, impacting healthcare, legality and global trade. Additionally, Begonia with its unique tree structure and epipetalous flower presents an interesting case of plant adaptation, while Sanguinaria thick rhizome and singular annual flower highlights its unique growth strategy. Lastly, Meconopsis acculeatus with stunning blue flowers adds diversity with family. Now, these are the some examples of this particular family with their economic importance. Moving towards the next family, that is Brassicaceae, which is also belongs to the order Parietes according to Bentham and Ocker, and Brassicaceae family, which is commonly known as the mustard or cabbage family, encompasses a variety of economically important plants including vegetables, oils and ornamental species. Now, in members typically have a 4 petals arranged in a cross shape, which is a defining feature of the family. So, moving forward and study these characteristic feature of the family Brassicaceae or mustard family. This slide showing the systematic position of the family Brassicaceae, which is the same as we have discussed for the Papaveraceae, and Engler and Prantl, there is a one difference. Engler and Prantl place this family in Parietes in case of Rhodales. So, this is the systematic position of Brassicaceae family. Now, moving towards its distribution. As we have already seen its the systematic position, the members of this particular family is generally distributed in north temperate zone, which provide a suitable climate to their growth condition. Additionally, they are also present in Mediterranean regions. The Brassicaceae family boasts around 375 genera and around 3000 species, contributing significantly to both agriculture and biodiversity of this particular family. Now, moving towards the some key genera of this particular family like Brassica comprestris, Brassica nigra, Raphanus sativa, Iberis amira. These all are have a many economic importance. So, now moving toward is vegetative characteristics of this particular family. So, let us start with the habit. Generally, plants are primarily herbs which can be annual, biennials, perennials, with some being notable for their herbaceous nature. Now, moving towards the root, generally taproots, generally they have a taproot system which may exhibit food storage adaptations. For instance, Brassica rapa showcases a napiform root, while Raphanus sativa features a fusiform root. As we can see here, this is the fusiform root which is present in the Raphanus sativa, or that is a napiform root which is present in the Brassica rapa. The stem is typically herbaceous, often seen condensed in case of Raphanus sativa. In contrast to this, there is a thick comb-like stem of Brassica oleracea, that is variety Coleoptera, that is consumed as a vegetable. Then the leaves are diverse, exhibiting alternate or subopposite pattern, and some like Brassica comprestris have a simple exstipulate leaves, while others some form rosettes or display distinct arrangement. These are the vegetative characteristics of the family Brassicaceae. Now, moving toward its floral characteristics. Now, first one, that is the inflorescence. In Brassica comprestris, the inflorescence takes the form of a raceme, as we can see here, while Iberis exhibit a corymb structure. Notably, bracts and bracteoles are absent in this particular flowers and providing a clean floral presentation. The flowers are generally bisexual, typically actinomorphic, though we observe rare zygomorphic traits in Iberis. These flowers can be hypogynous and may be classified as complete depending on the species, as such as in Lepidium. The next characteristic feature, that is the flowers are tetramerous. That means the flower parts are present in the multiples of 4. Like as we can see here, the calyx is number represented by the 4 and they are arranged in 2 valves showcasing imbricate estivation, and the corolla also features, that is the 4 petals which are polypetalous and their arrangement is cruciform. Iberis has 2 larger anterior petals, that is why they are showing the zygomorphic symmetry. So, the presence of cruciform corolla, that is based, this is on this particular character, the earlier name of this particular family is Cruciferae. Now, moving toward the next floral character, that is the Androecium. This family showcases remarkable diversity. Generally, they have 6 stamens commonly present. These stamens are free and exhibit a tetradynamous arrangement, as we can see here. In tetradynamous condition, the 4 stamens are larger, which are present in inner valve, while 2 stamens are smaller in size, which are present in outer valves. While in other examples like 2 number of stamens present in Coronopus, 4 in case of Cardamine and 16 in case of Metacarpia. So, this structure is crucial for the effective pollination. The stamens will be dehisced by the longitudinal dehiscence. Now, the type of pollen grains, they are either tricolpate or tricolpate. Now, moving toward the next floral characteris, that is the Gynoecium. Moving toward the female reproductive part, that is Gynoecium. Gynoecium usually made up of bicarpellary syncarpous superior ovary with unilocular. Gynoecium is made up of bicarpellary syncarpous and superior ovary with unilocular. But this unilocular ovary become bilocular due to the formation of a false rhiplum, which is termed as the septum or rhiplum. And they are representing generally parietal presentation, and the style is short and the stigma is bifid. The fruits of the brassica are often siliqua, as is seen in case of a brassica, or silicular in case of Capsula bursa patrotis, and in some cases like in Raphanus sativus, the fruit is termed as the lumen-stem. The seeds are generally small, non-endospermic, featuring curved embryos, which is significantly for the development of germination. The floral formula represent the constant reproduction of the family, like we can see generally they are radially symmetrical. The calyx arranged in 2 valves, 2 plus 2. Corollas are 4 in number, which are cruciform. Androecium are 6 in number, which is representing the tetradynamous condition, in which 4 are large and 2 are smaller in condition. Gynoecium is 2 syncarpous and made up of superior ovary. Now, these are the site representing the diagnostic features of the family Brassicaceae. As we can see, generally these plants are herb. They have a sap which are watery. They have a sepals and petals. All of them are 4 in number. They have a free stamens which are tetradynamously arranged, and then ovary with a false septum and a thickened placentum ring called rhiplum, which is developed later, and due to this formation of this particular rhiplum, the ovary become bilocular, and the presentation of this ovary particularly is parietal, and the fruit is siliqua or silicula. Now, these are slides showing some examples of the family Brassicaceae. Each, like starting from with Brassica comprestris, which is commonly known as the sarso. This cultivated herb is significant in culinary uses due to its oil-rich seeds. Next is Iberis amara or chandni, which is recognized for its ornamental value and preference for its winter cultivation. Similarly, Cranthus cherry, known as a wallflower, serves primarily as an ornamental annual herb, adding visual appeal to gardens. Moving on to the Roripa montana or watercress, often found growing in semi-wild environment. It is known for its nutritional benefits. Likewise, Capsula bursa pastoris, that is shepherd purse, is frequently seen as a common weed, but it also has a medicinal properties. Then Forsythia jacqueminii and Coronopus didymus thrive in the wild, often found in the waste places, showcasing their resilience. Then lastly is the Eureka sativa, or that is the Taramira, is cultivated for its seeds that yield oil, emphasizing its agriculture importance. Now moving toward the specific characteristic of the family plant Brassica comprestis. Brassica comprestis, here you can see it is representing all the characteristics of the family Brassicaceae. As you can see here, there is a leaves which are alternately arranged, then showcasing the inflorescence which is that is raceme type, then fruit which is a silicuva, then this is a flower and areas of flower. We can see here the corollas are cruciform in nature, then calyx number are also 4. This is the tiers of ovary which showing there is a septa which is formed later and this divide into the bilocular structure, and here androecium which is showing the tetradynamous condition of androecium, as 4 are present in the center and 2 are at the outer periphery. All these characteristics is presented in this particular figure. Now moving toward the economic importance of the family Brassicaceae. The Brassicaceae family includes various vegetables that are staple foods in many cultures such as phool gobi, band gobi, wild mustard, shaljam muli. These crops are not only delicious but also packed with nutrients that contribute to a healthy diet. Furthermore, they are versatile in cooking, making them essential in various cuisine around the world, engaging audience and questions about their favorite Brassica vegetables. The seeds of Brassica comprestis, commonly known as white mustard, yield mustard oil or kadwa tel, an essential cooking medium in many cultures. This oil is favored for its flavor and health benefits. Then Brassica nigra and Brassica gentiana are also important oil producing species. And after oil extraction, the remaining oil cake is rich in nutrient, which making an excellent feed for cattle and beneficial for soil fertilizer. Furthermore, raffinose seeds provide a pungent oil often used to adulterate sarso oil, which is noted for its digestive properties. This is some important features of the Brassicaceae. Now moving toward the medicinal importance of the family Brassicaceae. For example, Lepidium sativum, commonly known as garden cress, is traditionally utilized to treat liver issues like asthma, cough and bleeding pies. Then Roripa montana serve as both an appetizer and stimulant, enhancing appetite and digestion. Similarly, the seeds of Caranthus cherry, known as wallflower, are reputed for their effective against bronchitis and fever, while its flower are employed in treatment for paralysis and impotency. Additionally, the Iberis amara, commonly known as candy tuft, is recognized for its application in rheumatism and gout. Beyond their medicinal value, many Brassicaceae species are cherished for their ornamental qualities. Plants like Caranthus cherry, Iberis amara are frequently cultivated for their aesthetic appeal in gardens. Other floriferous plants in this family include Lobellaria, Mathiola, Hesperis, Alyssum and Lunaria. These plants not only enhance garden beauty but also contribute to the biodiversity. In conclusion, the economic significance of the Brassicaceae family is multifaceted, including both medicinal as well as horticultural roles. Understanding these aspects lead to the greater appreciation and potential utilization of these plants. So, I encourage everyone to explore more about these plants, their uses and the role they play in our environment. Thank you for your attention and time. That's all for today.